Hello, everybody. For anybody that might be joining us live and for anybody watching a little bit later once it gets saved, I just want to do a quick little stream on the new Blood Hunt event that just started today. So if you're familiar with Marvel Comics, every year they have a few events that cross multiple titles, multiple books, and they consider them events. And the big one that just started is Blood Hunt. I haven't really been impressed with a whole lot of the crossovers that have happened the past few years, but I was really looking forward to this because Doctor Strange, this is his genre. He plays very well into horror storylines, and he's had a lot of dealings with vampires and things like that. The excuse me, he's been in Dracula comic books. He's fought Dracula. He's been with Blade. He did at one point destroy all the vampires using the Montesi formula many, many years ago. But of course, they come back because nothing truly stays dead in the Marvel comics or the Marvel universe. So, real quick, while I've got the screen up, I've got the poster behind me. The Blood Hunt poster released last month. It's been a few weeks. And it came out. And basically, what it is it's just a virgin cover or a basic shot of the cover. Marvel hasn't really done a whole lot with posters in recent years. They typically take the easy way out and just reproduce the cover art for their posters. Every now and then, you might get something that's new or they paid an artist to do something fresh for that particular poster. But it's a 2 by 3 foot standard size poster and just a reproduction of the cover. So let's go ahead and get into it here real quick. So the Blood Hunt, like I said, there's 2 editions that came out. There's variant covers, but there's kind of 2 additions to it. Blood Hunt in itself is going to be a 5-part miniseries, but it's also going to go into many comic books, and I'll show you what the May releases are going to be here in a minute. So on the front of the cover, you basically just have a grouping of various characters. Scarlet Witch, we got Blade here, looks like Falcon, Iron Man, Vision, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange is there, Thor, Tigra. So quite a few different people that are on the cover. So that's pretty cool. And when I was talking about Doctor Strange being in other vampire stories and stuff like that, just real quick, here's a graded Tomb of Dracula number 44 I've got from 1976. And this is one of the most psychedelic Doctor Strange cover appearances he's ever been on. Blade. So if you've never seen this comic, it's pretty cool. It's one of the ones that I kind of liked as far as my top covers. So I went ahead and years ago, I got one graded. All right, cool. So the other variant that came out along with the standard is the polybagged or the red band version of the book. So you can see that there's a big red band here. It says explicit content, reader discretion is advised. Warning, this comic book is only approved for appropriate audiences. So what they did is in this particular, each one of the Blood Hunts, will be several of these polybag versions, they've added extra pages, a few extra pages. And the extra pages just have a little bit more gore in them. And I think it's kind of cool. So instead of just chasing variant covers, which there's several variant covers to Blood Hunt number 1, you can actually pull a variant or get a variant that the content is varied. It's extra pages. So what they did is they cut in a few extra pages then here, and then Doctor Strange is in here. We're not going to do any spoilers. He is in Blood Hunt number 1. I'm going to show you a couple pages that aren't story related. But he is in here, and one of the alternate pages is a Doctor Strange page. So you're basically getting extra pages added that have a little bit more gore. And then the actual Doctor Strange page, one of the Doctor Strange pages, it's the very last panel of the book, is a completely different image. So it's pretty cool. So the polybag version, the regular version, and of course, I need, when they do polybag comics, which is kind of rare these days, I always get one to keep in the bag. And then I got to break one out so I can actually see what the difference is. So you can see, looking at the differences, if you're running across one that's out of the bag on eBay, the polybagged version has all this extra blood on it behind the title bar. So you've got all that blood that's dripping down. But besides that, the covers are basically the same. So if we get into the comic, again, I'm not going to show you any spoiler pages, but I'll show the title page, which shows the artist and the writers. So here's the title page. Writer is Jed MacKay. Artist is Pepe Larraz. Color artist, I'm not sure if that's Marte Gracia. Interesting name. So we'll see a couple of their names later here in a bit, but those are the ones that are doing it. And the artwork in the book is actually pretty good. I really enjoy it. And the story for issue number 1 is really good. I have an issue with some of the dialogue from the leader of the bad guys kind of thing. It's just kind of hokey, but beyond that, the rest of the dialogue and the rest of it's really good. So there's one other page in here that I'll show you, and it shows you the other titles that. Oh no, we'll do this one here. So a lot of the Marvel comics in it will show you what characters are showing up, so you know kind of who's in the book in that. So for key players, we got Scarlet Witch, Iron Man, Thor, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Vision, and Captain America. And then under the Midnight Mission, we've got Tigra and Hunter's Moon, which I'm not really familiar with Hunter's Moon all that much. And then down below for extras, we got Spider-Man, Blade, Doctor Strange, Clea, and Doctor Doom. Which Doctor Doom's a great character. I love Doctor Doom. Him and Strange have had a historic past, many battles, many fights, a great graphic novel, my favorite graphic novel. When it comes to Doctor Strange, Triumph and Torment with Doctor Doom, it's really, really good. So let me find that other page here real quick. So this is the page I wanted to show you. So it's the May checklist for Blood Hunt. So Saturday is free comic book day. So they're going to have a free comic book version. I'm not sure if there's going to be anything different inside, if it's going to be a new story, or if they're just changing the cover on it, but I'll find out on Saturday. Then we got Moon Knight number 5, Blood Hunt number 1, which we've got, Blood Hunt Red Band, which is the polybag, which I just talked about. We've got Spider-Man, Avengers, Blood Hunters, Doctor Strange 15, Dracula, Blood Hunt, Strange Academy, Venom, Amazing Spider-Man, Union Jack. Then Blood Hunt number 2 comes out before the end of the month with another Red Band, Black Panther, and Midnight Suns. So they're doing some Midnight Suns too, so that should be pretty cool. So that's what you can look for May. You can go on Preview's website and kind of see some of the ones that are going beyond May, because it'll go over the next couple months for this particular crossover event. All right, so those are the 2 main comics. We got the polybag with some extra blood and guts in it, and then we got the standard edition. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 variant covers. Marvel does tons of variant covers. So there's a wraparound cover that Doctor Strange is in. NGU, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Doctor Strange is on there. I'm a huge fan of Dell'Otto. Dell'Otto has a variant cover, and that's Black Panthers is pretty much the center focus for that particular cover. So lots of them to collect. I still got to pick up the 2 variant covers. My local comic book shop, since I moved to Montana from Illinois, doesn't have the selection, or they don't order as many comics, so I can't get some of the rare variant covers. So I'm going to have to keep an eye out for those 2, so I can make sure I can get those to add to the collection also. So one other thing I want to talk about real quick, which is cool. As a promo or promotion for this particular event, they are giving out plastic vampire teeth that comes with trading cards. So the way it's supposed to work is if you buy a polybag issue, you get your choice of one of these. Your comic book store may just give them out or what have you, but the way they go is they're free. They don't cost anything. You just have to buy a polybag version. So when you're out on eBay and you see these, don't get raked over the coals. Just try to find a comic book store today or tomorrow before they're all gone, and pick one up for free. So real quick, let me show you. Here's the advertising splash for the cards. So you basically have a Blade card, which I've got here. I'll pull it out and show you here in a minute. We got Scarlet Witch. I've got the Doctor Strange. They've got a Dracula, Tigra. The 2 cards on the right are writers and artists. So they threw their own 2 cards in there. We also have That's weird. So, okay, so the Blood Coven, this one over here is the Blood Coven, which is the bad guys. They've been shown before. That's no secret. Then we've got, I think that's Winter's Moon, something Moon. That's not a card that I'm familiar with. Then we got Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Tigra, and then Jed McKay and Pepe Larraz. So those are the options you get. At my comic book store, they just allow me to pick whichever ones I wanted. So I ended up with, he only had one bag and there was only one Doctor Strange in it, so I picked up the Doctor Strange, and then I bought another poly bag, like I said, because I got to open one to read it and I got to keep one in the bag, new in box. So I got a second one. So let's go ahead and open up. What's nice about these is you don't have to cut the packaging, else I'd have to hunt down a second one of these so I could have one sealed, but it's just a little sticky flap. And when you open the sticky flap, we've got the card, and we got the vampire teeth. And the vampire teeth are little kid size. I am old enough to have trick-or-treated in the early 70s. And if you had a set of plastic vampire teeth, your Halloween costume was top-notch. Not so much these days, but they're kind of fun. So you got the plastic teeth, and I just think it's just an awesome little promo. It's just something extra, something more than just a promo card or something like that. So I thought those were really super cool. So the Doctor Strange card itself, what we're looking at. And all these cards, if you're looking to get these on eBay, if you're a card collector, they're all going to be janked because they're sitting inside that poly bag with a set of really screwed up shaped teeth. So they're all going to be janked, one variety or another. So on the back, what we get is we get little power ratings. So let's see, what do they think Doctor Strange is? Intelligence, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 2, 3, 4, looks like 6. So 4 out of 6 ain't bad. Strength, 2 out of 6, because we know his physical strength. He's a martial artist, but he's not super strong. He uses his spells and his martial arts. Speed, he always has a caveat for speed because you've got a normal human, which is what he is, and then you also have him using his spells, which he can instantly, depending on who's writing the comic book, if it's the MCU or the comic book, he can instantly portal himself to lots of different places. So that's why they give him a different one speed. Durability of 3, energy projection of 5 out of 6, because again, Doctor Strange, depending on who's writing them, what genre or what decade it's in and things like that, Doctor Strange has been a god. He's had godlike powers, and then you can only write so many stories when somebody's that powerful. So you have to neuter them and break them down and make them have no powers and things like that. And he's lost his magic several times, but he's always overcome it. He's went to different types of magics. He's learned different types of magics. He's created his own magic items when he's lost his magic to fight battles and things like that. Energy projection, he can be really high on. And then fighting skills, they got him a 3 out of 6, which isn't bad because he is a martial artist, but that's about as far as he goes. He doesn't really use guns and things like that. It even says right there, yellow indicates teleportation. Look at that. All right, and then because it is a promo card, at the bottom says Blood Hunt on sale. The thing in the middle says when world-renowned neurosurgeon Stephen Strange severely injured his hands, he sought any method to heal them, even magic training in the mystic arts. He eventually reached blah blah blah. It's the same old origin story for the most part. And honestly, I kind of get sick of them using them on cards. For something like this, it's fine. But I can't tell you how many Upper Deck cards and Topps cards and stuff I've got where it's just the exact same text line. It's like Doctor Strange is one of the earliest Marvel characters. He's got so many other things to talk about the character, yet they just talk about his origin and him screwing his hands up. Says not long ago, Doctor Strange encountered his brutal doppelganger from the War of the Seven Spheres, a villain hellbound on victory at any cost. There was just a novel that came out, an actual book novel came out that's got stories. I think that might be pulling out too. I haven't had a chance to actually read the novel yet. All right, so that's the card for Doctor Strange. And then let's check out Blades real quick, since I have Blade here also. So there's Blade's card. And then on the back, again, Blade is a humanized vampire, partially vampire. Most people know his story. I just heard a rumor that Wesley Snipes may be coming back to play a version of Blade somewhere. So intelligence 2, strength 4 out of 6. He's a pretty strong dude. Speed 2, durability 4 out of 6, which, he's a pretty durable dude. And not a whole lot of energy projection. And he's a fighter. That's what he is. His swords, his blades, everything else to hunt the vampires down. So cool. So out of the trading card section, it looks like you're going to have the option of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards out of this promo set. So, and 2 of those cards are actually people, the writers in that. So, kind of cool. So if you collect fringe cards like I do, if you're a character collector that gets really deep into your collecting, this is something to look out for. I'm sure as soon as he's hit eBay, people are going to try to charge a fortune for him. But again, get to your comic book store in the next day or two and just try to pick them up. Buy one of the comics and pick them up. All right, that's it. I just wanted to quickly kind of go over these because it's super cool. And I've been really looking forward to getting this story out because I'm really looking forward to reading it. So we'll see how it pans out over the next couple months. All right, later.